Okay. Good morning, everyone. I hope you can all hear me all right this morning. Um, Today we are starting to come off our mat a little bit, so we're going to do a couple of rounds of sun salutations. So this is pretty much the general warm up that a lot of yogis, yoga teachers, everything like that go through to first warm up for your class. So you may recognize some of these if you've practiced before. If you've never done it before, that's why we're here, to learn and to practice. So just gently closing our eyes, getting nice and settled, just beginning to arrive, doing any last fidgets, movements, fixing of hair, straps, whatever you need to do. Noticing our breath, where it flows. Taking deep breaths all the way into the belly, feeling it expand, exhaling, feeling the muscles contract, pulling the belly back in. I want us to focus on the quote today. Yoga is a journey of the self, to the self, through the self. So just always remember this if maybe you're struggling with one of the poses or something's feeling a bit different to you. Just know this is all your own practice. Take it in your own time. The beautiful sounds of nature here this morning. You're going to breathe all that energy up and over, bringing the hands overhead, down through the center, placing the palms together, the thumbs over the heart space. We'll start the practice this morning by chanting Om, taking an inhale. Om. We give thanks to the traditional landowners, pay our respects to Indigenous leaders, past, emerging, and present. We give thanks to the sages, the rishis, and the yogis who came before us to share this message. And we give thanks to Mother Earth, nature, the divine, God, your higher consciousness, whatever you may call it, for bringing you here safely today on your mat. Now, setting your sankalpa, your intention for today, this week, by moving into a new week. Is there anything that you want to do differently than you did last week? Are you happy just getting through the days? Just gently ask yourself, what do you really want? What's your deepest desire? I often ask this question at the beginning of our classes, just because how often are we truly honest with ourselves? How often do we really introspect and ask ourselves what we desire? What do we have the power to change this week? And let's make it so. So that opening breath we did, we're going to do 5 rounds of that. So really scooping the energy up and over, inhaling, and then exhaling through the center, through our crown chakra, our third eye, feeling clarity and intuition. Inhaling up. Inhaling up. Exhaling through the center. Inhaling and exhaling down. Connecting our arm movements with our breath. One more here. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Taking a moment to just close our eyes, noticing our breath, breathing into our bellies and exhaling out. We're going to come straight onto all fours this morning into our tabletop. And we're just going to gently open up our chest, arms and shoulders. We're going to inhale that left arm up, round and back, bringing it forward. Just doing nice round circles, almost like you're swimming. Gently up and back, opening up that chest. You really want to try and open the chest, so twisting from the mid-ribs. Hand goes up, exhaling forward and through. And exhaling down. Swapping sides, grounding down through our left hand. We inhale that right hand up and back. Exhaling it down. And be really generous with this movement. Really get into that shoulder. Rotating up and around. One more here. Inhale up. And exhale down. Now we're going to spread the knees wide. Exhale back for our first child's pose. Really lengthening the spine. Letting everything fall down onto the mat. Now inhale back up to your tabletop. Planting the hands. We're going to tuck the toes. Making sure that everything is in line like we would for our tabletop. So spinning the elbows in, slight bend, really gripping the fingertips down into the earth. And you're just going to inhale, hover those knees slightly off the mat, about an inch or so. We're just turning everything on here. And lowering back down. Maybe rocking back and forth. Just warming up the whole body. And back. One more of those. Tucking the toes. Then inhaling, floating the knees up off the mat. Breathing here. Embracing the little shakes. Exhaling down. We're going to gently come up onto our knees. Inhaling the shoulders up and back and down. We're just going to warm up the neck by lifting up and exhaling down. Just a few gentle movements here. Going back to center. We inhale here. Exhale, look over to the left. Inhale to center. Look over to the right. Just following your own breath. Inhaling to the center. And exhaling over to the side. Not forcing it, not pushing it, just flowing with the breath. Coming back to center. Now you're going to send your arms out in front of you. Palms up to the sky. Gently folding the arms, bringing the hands to touch the shoulders. Doesn't seem like much, but it's really important to warm up all of our joints, including our elbows. One more. Perfect. Now, keeping your hands out in front of you, making a fist, maybe holding on to your forearm, and you're going to rotate the wrist. So we're holding onto the forearm to make sure that we're just getting that rotation into the wrist. We don't want to be doing that because we're moving our whole arm. So holding the forearm steady, rotating one way, then the other. Same on the other side. Getting all the clicks and cricks out. Beautiful. And we're just going to do some somatic shaking again. So breathing in. We're just going to flick the hands, flick the wrists. Imagine you got any stagnant energy still in you from the weekend or last week, whatever you don't want, we're flicking it out. I like to incorporate my arm movements into it, just to make sure that I'm really connecting with my breath, my body. One more big shake and stop. Okay. So I think we're ready to go through our first round of sun salutations. Planting the hands. You're going to tuck the toes and you're going to inhale the hips up and back for our first downward facing dog. So hips go up and back, pushing into our arms. We're just going to walk the dog first, bending one knee, then the other. Feet are about hip width apart. Same with your hands. And you're just pushing yourself back. Your ankles may be up here, your heels may be on the ground. Just meet your body where you are today. Pushing into that and just finding stillness and breath here. Then we're going to very slowly and gently tippy-toe our feet, taking as many steps as we can to meet our hands at the top of the mat. We're just going to forward fold here. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows, nodding the head yes, shaking it no. Just letting everything release. Making sure that it's just a slight bend to the knee. You don't want to ever lock your knees out. Slight bend. Dropping the hands. We're going to really turn our core on and we're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Nice and slowly. The shoulders come up. The top of the head up. We're meeting our Tadasana, our mountain pose. So, mountain pose, feet together, spreading those toes nice and wide. Light bend to the knees. You're going to tuck that tailbone under slightly so we're not standing like this. We're going to tuck it, turning the core and the pelvic floor on. All of that energy traveling up the body, shoulders up and back, and standing nice and tall like a mountain. Just really grounding down through this pose. Maybe visualizing roots coming out from the bottoms of your feet. Breathing here. Remembering to send that breath all the way into the belly. All right. So now we circle sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, gently fold down through the center. And move into our forward fold. From here, we're going to halfway lift. So lengthening the spine, lengthening the neck. And exhaling down. You're going to inhale and step the right foot behind you. So you're coming into a bit of a runner's lunge. You're then going to drop that right knee, untucking the foot. You're going to inhale the hands all the way up. Feeling a nice stretch in that hip flexor. Checking our position. So my foot's a little bit too back. You never want your knee to be over your toes. So just heel toeing the right position. Spreading the toes again and inhaling up. So never think you have to go straight into the position and not fidget or fiddle. You absolutely can. Nice deep breath here. We're going to exhale, opening up the arms for our cactus arms or half angel. So bringing the shoulder blades together, bringing those elbows down and out, really opening up that chest space. Inhaling back up. Exhaling to frame the foot. You're going to tuck that back toe and you're going to lift up and step the left foot back to meet the right. So again, coming into our downward facing dog, feet are hips width apart, breathing here. You are then going to inhale forward into a plank. So your plank position. Oh, some interesting creatures on the mat this morning joining me. So lowering the hips in the bottom, making sure that our chest is over, finding that nice plank position. Holding yourself up here. If at any time you need, drop to your knees. Practice just like this. Then you're going to exhale, lowering down all the way to the mat. But you're going to lower down by keeping your elbows tucked into the ribs. Release to the mat. From here, we're going to inhale up for our baby cobra. Exhaling back down. And we make our way back into our downward dog. From here, we step the left foot forward, dropping that right knee again. We inhale up, exhaling back down, lifting that back foot, stepping it forward to meet the left. Coming into our forward fold. We inhale to circle sweep the hands all the way up, bringing the hands to the top in prayer, and exhaling down through the center. Just catching our breath here, meeting in Tadasana. So that was one side. You notice how our right leg was always back for the both times. Now we move on to the left. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. Exhale, sending that energy down through the center. Finding our forward fold here. Inhaling, halfway lift. And exhaling down. This time stepping the left foot back. Dropping that knee and finding your runner's lunge. We're going to inhale the hands up. Finding that beautiful hip stretch. Feeling the side open. We're going to exhale, opening up to our cactus arms, shining that chest forward. Inhaling up. Exhaling to frame that right foot. We're tucking the toes. We're sending that right foot back to meet the left. Breathing here. This is almost seen as our recovery pose. So really try to enjoy this stretch. Inhaling to plank. Dropping those knees and lowering down all the way to the mat. Inhaling up, chest goes through, baby cobra. And exhale, tucking the toes, pushing ourselves back into downward facing dog. This time the right foot comes forward in between the hands, finding that low lunge, dropping that back knee, inhaling up. Exhaling down to frame the foot, then stepping forward to meet the other. Finding our forward fold, resting here. Then inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. Bringing them to prayer above your head. Then exhaling down through to heart space. And then finding your way to Tadasana. So it's our sun salutations because it definitely warms us up, it gets us ready, and it's the full body. So we're going to do it again. This time we're going to move just a little bit faster with the breath. I'm going to face the other way because the sun is killing me. We're planting those feet. Finding your Tadasana, breathing here. We inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. Exhale, coming down through the center. We inhale, halfway lift, lengthening that spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling the right foot back, dropping the knee, making sure that this line is all lined up. We inhale up. Exhale, opening the arms to cactus, really shining that chest forward. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, framing that foot. Tucking the toes, sending it back for our downward facing dog. We inhale through to plank, dropping the knees, and exhaling down to the mat. We inhale, sending the chest forward, opening up for our baby cobra, and exhaling back to downward facing dog. This time we step the left foot forward, dropping the knee, and inhaling up. Exhaling, framing the foot, stepping forward, folding over. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhaling down to the chest and resetting for our Tadasana. Inhale all the way up. Exhaling through the center. Halfway lift. We drop back down. We inhale our left foot back, dropping the knee, and inhale, hands go all the way up. We exhale, opening up that chest, shining the heart space forward. Inhale the hands up. Frame the foot, stepping the right foot back. Inhaling forward to plank, dropping to the knees, coming down to the mat. Then inhaling up for our cobra. And exhaling back. We inhale the right foot between the hands, dropping that knee. Inhaling up. Exhaling to frame the foot. And stepping that left foot up to meet the right. We inhale, halfway lift. And exhale down. And we're just going to hold this forward fold for a little bit. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows. Just finding our recovery. Maybe bending the knees even more so that the belly is on the thighs. Sending the hips up and back. We inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. And exhale through to center. We're going to inhale the hands all the way up. Exhale, folding down. We're going to step the right foot back, then the left, into our down dog. And we're going to inhale into an easy seat. So coming down on your knees, pulling the flesh from under your sit bone. And taking a deep breath here. So it's definitely a bit of a different pace to what we were doing last week. And the beautiful thing about sun salutations is even if you do nothing else for the entire day, if you wake up and you do 2 rounds of sun salutations in the morning, that's one of the best ways you can kickstart your body. Breathing deep into that core. Now I'm just going to do a few rounds of Ujjayi breath or ocean breath just to cool us down after that practice. So constricting that throat, breathing in for your Darth Vader voice. One more round. Finding your legs out in front of you. We're going to gently lower vertebrae by vertebrae onto the mat. You're going to hug your right knee to your chest. And then exhaling it over to the side. Bending that right arm out. Really melting into that twist. Inhaling it back. In the left arm, left leg up, hugging it with your arms. And exhaling over to the right. Left hand out, looking over to the side. Maybe noticing one side is tighter than the other. Inhaling back up, knees to chest, rocking side to side, massaging that lower back. And then exhaling out to your Savasana. Taking up as much space as you need. Enjoying this final bit of rest here. Breathing all the way into the belly. Allowing your mind and body to integrate what it just learned. Allowing yourself to just melt into the mat. Finding a sense of comfort. Feeling where your body meets the mat, connects with the earth. Knowing you're always supported. Now bringing some gentle movement to your fingers and toes. Rolling into the side position. And hugging yourself in the fetal position. When you're ready, gently pushing yourself back up. Keeping your eyes closed, staying in the practice. We'll end by chanting Om and Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring hands to heart center. Taking a deep inhale. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bow our heads. Thank yourselves for turning up today. Thank each other for sharing this space. And thank Mother Earth, Nature, Divine, Divinity, your higher consciousness, whatever you may call it, for protecting you and guiding the way. May you go forward feeling strong and ready to take on the week. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.